No telling why.
Although this purple flower may look beautiful, its effects are quite the opposite. This 2-meter tall plant with 30 to 50 stems forming a canopy at the top is called a purple loosestrife. And although it may be pretty to look at, it's much prettier to look at in Asia or Europe, where it's native to. The purple loosestrife is an invasive species, meaning that in its new environment, in this case North America, it has caused some damage to the pre-existing ecosystem and organisms. When European ships brought the purple loosestrife over, it was used as a medicinal herb for treatment of diarrhea, dysentery, bleeding, wounds, ulcers, and sores. However, since the 1830s, when it first established itself around New England, the purple loosestrife has spread across the nation in wetland biomes. Wetlands, such as swamps, bogs, and marshes, support aquatic life through the abundance of standing water. Wetlands are typically wet, are agriculturally fertile, and have a higher soil acidity than other land masses. We saw an example of wetlands at North Park Nature Center. The wetlands are not only a product of the water cycle, but they also play a big role in the water cycle. These are just a few ways they benefit the water cycle. 1. The soils and plants filter and clean impurities in the water, helping to get rid of pollution in the cycle. 2. Because wetlands can hold millions of gallons of water, they provide flood control, helping to protect property and people's lives. Lastly, wetlands link the groundwater with the surface so that sunlight can return water vapor to the atmosphere through evaporation, which is a large step in the water cycle. The purple loosestrife as an invasive species threatens the wetlands, which in turn threatens the water cycle because they work in tandem, as previously explained. So how can one plant affect such a large part of this biome? Well, since the purple loosestrife spreads so rapidly that it now occupies every state in America besides Florida, it replaces pre-existing organisms and messes with the trophic levels of the ecosystem. When the purple loosestrife replaces other plants native to the area, it not only affects those plants, but the organisms that rely on them to feed, nest, or take cover. This continual decrease in biodiversity in a given area can be rooted in the purple loosestrife's coverage of the land and water. Most recently in the news, the Chicago Tribune wrote an article warning people of the flower and how it can be controlled. Since purple loosestrife covers so much area, there is yet to be a method proven effective enough to control it unless it's within small isolated areas. In small areas, the plant can be removed by hand with special attention to make sure that the large amount of seeds don't spread anywhere that they could take root. Now every time you see a thicket of pretty purple flowers along the highway or in a ditch nearby water, remember that it may be more harmful than it looks.